Grab your iPhones, your iPads, or your eyeglasses. Let's talk affordable keys and comic book speculation. I'll be right back. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of, Keep It Comics. As always, I am the host, C3. Before I get started, I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. I have a gang of comics that I want to show you guys, but before I do, I have 10 trending comics on the secondary market that are doing very well that I know some people will be interested in. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you my comic book haul from last week, all right? It's pretty massive, but I would love to share it with you guys, all right? Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to apologize for this late post. But as some of you may know, I am in school and I am currently getting my degree. So I had a lot of term papers that were due that I had to try to get in, and I still have one left. So I took a pause in between writing and wanted to do this video so I can get it out before the morning, all right? So I do apologize, but I hope you guys are still there, all right? So, you know the routine. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you ring that bell. So every time I do a video, you wonderful people will get the notification. All right? So, I've got 10 comic books. I'm excited to show them to you. Let's dive right on in. But before we do, That's right. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. The first book I want to show you, coming in at number 10, is published by Marvel. It's some Bronze Age goodness, and we are talking about X-Men, issue number 106. Yes. Now, the key factor to this book, it is when Xavier's mind attacks the X-Men with an older version of the X-Men. This book was released on April 26, 1977. Last recorded sale in a raw copy of this book was on February 28, 2022, when the book sold for $25. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 22.68%. Average sale for a graded copy in this book of a 9.6 is $292. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $23 for a mid to high grade copy. There has been 100 graded copies that have sold so far, and there has been 494 raw copies of this book that have sold, giving us a total of 594 copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. The highest known sale for CGC 9.8 went for $692 back in December 4th, 2011. And fair market value has this book resting at $292 for the 9.6, which is the most common grade. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely a book that you might want to keep your eyes on. All right, let's move on to number 9. And I'm going to run right through these because I want to be able to show you guys those books that we have at the end. I don't want to keep you too long, all right? So coming in at number 9, this is an Image book. It is a modern age book. This title is Spawn, issue number 9. The key factor to this book, it is the first appearance of Angela. This book was released on March 10th, 1993. Last recorded sale in a raw copy of this book was on March 1st, 2022, where it sold for $36.28, at which I've been seeing this book a lot in the back issue bins, and sometimes I would pass this book up, but just recently I caught one in the back issue bins for about $15. So I grabbed it. It was in great condition. I grabbed it and added it to my collection. And that's what made me put this book on the list, because I know as Todd McFarlane continues to grow that Spawn universe, all these older books, all these older keys are going to be very heavily sought after. And so you want to get them before they get a little up in price, because the price for these books are going to continue to grow. So when you see these books out there, definitely know that Spawnverse is growing, and you're going to want to grab these early keys. All right? And this book is currently trending upward at 37.20%. All right? And the average sale for 9.8 in this book is $156. The average sale for a raw copy of this book, you're looking roughly between $15 to $25 in a nice solid grade, a nice high grade of this book. There's been 600 graded copies that have sold so far, and there has been 2,151 raw copies of this book that have sold, giving us a grand total of 2,751 copies of Spawn issue number 9 that has changed hands on the secondary market. I myself, I am a big Todd McFarlane Spawn fan. Like, so I love what he's doing with the Spawn universe. And this is an excellent price point for me to get on board, because as he continues to grow the Spawn universe, these books I anticipate are going to dry up. All right? So the highest known sell for a CGC 9.8 in this book is $399.99, and that was back in May 2nd, 2021. While the fair market value has this book resting at $156 for the 9.8, which is fair market value. And that's the most common grade in this book. So if you see it out there, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you grab it. Right? $156 for a 9.8 in this book is definitely a steal. Coming in at number 8, this book is published by Marvel. We got some Copper Age goodness, ladies and gentlemen. The title of this book is X-Men Annual, issue number 14. The key factor of this book is that there's a cameo appearance by Gambit. And everybody loves Gambit. There are a lot of Gambit fans in the community. It was released on June 1st, 1996. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was March 1st, 2022, where it sold for $58.49. Yes. And this book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 50.79%. So that's a significant price hike, and it's going to continue to do well on the secondary market. The average sale for a graded 9.8 in this book has been $352. Average sale for a raw copy is $48.10. Now, there has been 403 graded copies of this book and 1,007 raw copies of this book that have sold, giving us a total of 1,410 copies of this book that have sold so far. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The highest known sell for a CGC 9.9, yes, a 9.9, sold for $10,250, and that was back on May 27th, 2021. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that 9.9 set the record, set the pace for it. It's definitely set the pace. The fair market value has this book resting at $352 for the 9.8, which is the most common grade. Yes, that 9.9, that set the bar. Absolutely. I would love to have this book in my collection. All right? X-Men Annual issue number 14. If you see it out there, make sure you grab it. Excuse me for a second. We having that funny weather up here. Now all of a sudden, it's hot outside. It was raining all day. Once the rain stopped, it just started getting hot, man. I'm drinking iced coffee right now. I'm drinking iced coffee, man. It's crazy up here. It's that New England weather. You don't know how to dress. All right? Coming in at number 7, ladies and gentlemen. This book is published by Marvel. It is some Bronze Age goodness. The title of this book is Marvel Team Up, issue number 59. The key factor is Equinox tries to kill Spider-Man, but instead he kills Yellow Jacket. This book was released on July 1st, 1977. Last recorded sale in a raw copy of this book was on February 28th, 2022, where the book sold for $30. This book is currently trending upward at 75.67%, where there has been the average sale for 9.6 is at $42.23, and the average sale for a raw copy of this book is $13.70. There has been 6 graded copies that have sold so far, and 246 raw copies that have sold, giving us a grand total of 252 copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. And I can't help but say that I feel that the community is looking for this book. There are a lot of copies that are changing hands. So this is a book, this may be one of those books that people, it's a run, it's a filler. So if you see a nice copy out there, and you are what we call a perfectionist. You know, a lot of us collectors are perfectionists and are completionists, and we like to have the complete run of, you know, certain storylines. So I believe that's what's going on with this book. You know, people are grabbing this book to make sure that they're completing their runs, they're filling their runs in. All right. So the highest known sell for a CGC 9.6 in this book is $50. And that was back on November 11th, 2019. Where it sold for $50. And the fair market value has this book resting at $42.33 for the 9.6, which is the most common grade in this book. All right. Coming in at number 6, we got some Silver Age goodness. This book is published by Marvel. It's one of our favorite heroes, and I am talking about Daredevil, issue number 55. And the key factor to this book is, it was Daredevil when he was plagued by phobias and he didn't know which way to turn. He had some fears of his own that he had to get over. So, you know, and we all go through that. You know, it's not easy being a hero because you have these little internal fears that you're dealing with. What if, you know, it's always the what if. But at the end of the day, it's the fear that makes you the hero because you push past the fear and still go handle your business. You know, we got heroes in society. We got firemen, we got doctors, nurses, we got policemen. Man, we got all types of heroes around us. And that sometimes they may have a little fear, but at the end of the day, they still go out there and do what they know to be right. So, salute to all the heroes. I know y'all tired of me, man. It's all good. Look, the release date for this book was on August 1st, 1969. Last recorded sale for this book in a raw copy was on February 28th, 2022. The price of that book sold for $43, ladies and gentlemen. And this book is currently trending upward at 91.19% right now. The average sale for a CGC 9.4 is $347. And the average sale for a raw copy of this book is $20.28. There has been 9 graded copies that have sold so far, and then there has been 249 raw copies of this book that have sold also, giving us a total of 258 copies that have been sold in this book thus far. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.4 was $975, and that was back in March 12th of 2014. So some time ago, this book went for almost $1,000, and now you can grab this book for just a little bit under $400, $347, right? And like I always say, it does not hurt to ask. You probably can get a little less. You know, if you want to do a little negotiation, it doesn't hurt. It never hurt to ask, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, the highest known sale for this book in the CGC 9.4, like I said before, was $975. That was back on March 12th, 2014. Fair market value to date has this book resting at $347 for the 9.4, which is the most common grade, MCG. Yes. Daredevil issue number 55. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway through our list. Let me just take this opportunity to stop for a second, like I always do. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to stop by, check out the channel. If this is your first time watching, please consider subscribing to the channel. I drop these lists at least twice a week, all right? And every now and again, I like showing my comic book hauls. I like doing some unboxings. Sometimes I'll just pop up, do a video just to say hello, see how everybody's doing, all right? I really appreciate each and every one of you. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you for everybody who shares their comments in the comment sections. It is truly fuel, and it gives me the wherewithal and keeps me in tune, and it makes me want to continue to do these videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. So let me stop wasting your time, and let's get back at it. Back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. We are at number 5, ladies and gentlemen. This book is a Silver Age book, but this book was published by Carlton. I want to say it's called Carlton Publishing. Yep, Carlton Publishing, Silver Age book. The title of this book is The Peacemaker, issue number 3. And the key factor to this is that the TV series is doing well. Everybody's been loving The Peacemaker. They've been watching The Peacemaker. They've really been enjoying it, which caused this book to do some spiking on the secondary market. This book was released on July 10th, 1967. The last recorded sale in a raw copy of this book was on March 1st, 2022, where that book sold for a nice, cool $84.99. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 101.7%. The average sale for a graded copy of this book in a 9.6 is $343. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $56.85. There was 3 graded copies of this book that have sold, and there has also been 52 raw copies of this book that have sold, giving us a total of 55 copies of this book that have changed hands in the secondary market over the last few weeks. The highest known sale for a CGC 9.6 is $342.99, and that was back in September 29th, 2020. And that is not bad at all. That is not bad at all. If you look at it, there's not much of a difference of what it was going for back then to where it is right now. But when you talk about grabbing a mid to high grade copy of this book, I would definitely take a look at that $84.99 price point and see if I can negotiate a little wiggle room right there. You know, you grab that book, send it in, get it graded, it comes back to the moon, Alice. You get that 9.8, that'll be a beautiful thing. All right? Now, highest known sale for CGC 9.6, $342.99. And that was back in September 29th, 2020. Fair market value has this book resting at $343 for the MCG, which is the 9.6. That's the most common grade in this book. The Peacemaker, issue number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, coming in at number 4, we have another Marvel book. This also is some Bronze Age goodness. This book is titled Iron Man, issue number 150, and I'm talking about the direct edition. This book was released on September 1st, 1981. The last recorded sale in this book in a raw copy was on February 28th, 2022, where it sold for $62.79. This book is currently trending upward at 111.77%, ladies and gentlemen, and the average sale for a graded copy in a 9.8 is $356. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $56.44. There has been 28 graded copies that have sold and 384 raw copies of this book that have sold, giving us a grand total of 412 copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. Watch this, comic book community. The highest known sell for a CGC 9.0 is $405. And that was back in May 30th of 2021. $405. So that actually shows that there's still some room for growth with this book. If you grab this book at a nice low amount, and then you think you can make a little profit on there, I think if you grab it and sit on it for a bit, this book is just going to continue to go up. All right? Fair market value has this book resting at $356 for the 9.8, which is the most common grade. I myself would love to have a copy of this book in my collection, but that would be just what it would be for, is for my collection. I wouldn't grab one to sell one me personally, but I would definitely love to have this in my collection. Such a beautiful book. Just exquisite. Iron Man, issue number 150, the direct edition. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in at number 3, we have another Marvel book. This book is for all my Star Wars fans. Yes, Luke, I'm your father. It's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you guys have been watching The Mandalorian. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Book of Boba Fett. But, yo, the Star Wars franchise is on fire right now. Yo, I love it. All right? This is a Marvel book. The title of this book is Star Wars, issue number 6. And it is the first key appearance of Sana Solo. Right? This book was released on July 3rd, 2015. Last recorded sale and a raw copy of this book was on March 1st, 2022, where this book sold for $12.99. I love that buy-in price point. This book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 158.33%. This book is definitely on the move. With all this new stuff that's going on with the Star Wars franchise, when you find these little minor keys, you definitely want to jump on them. You do not want to pass these keys up any longer, because this streaming services that we have, and these series that are popping up on Disney Plus and other places, they are taking advantage of these insignificant characters. These characters are now playing a more significant role on the little screen, on the small screen, right? It could transpire to the big screen. You never know. But better safe than sorry, right? And you're talking about spending $12.99 for something that could possibly blow up, in such a short period. It's different now than how it was back then. Back then, you bought a book, you had to wait forever for that character, and then they might not even make it to the big screen. But nowadays, with so much stuff getting optioned and things are getting picked up, man, you have a better shot than not. Trust me when I tell you, you have a better shot than not, man. So it's just a beautiful thing. And like I said, this book is trending upward at 158.33%. Those numbers don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. This book is starting to run. All right, so keep your eye on it. The average sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book, check this out, it's $39.99. I like that. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $7.90. Even better. There has been 5 graded copies that have sold and 214 raw copies that have sold, giving us a total of $219. 219 copies of this book that have changed hands on the secondary market. That is not bad at all. 219 copies over the last month. I can dig it. Something's going on with this book. The comic book community is aware that this is something that they need to have in their collection. They need it, right? The highest known sale for a CGC 9.8 in this book is that $39.99. And that was back on November 30th, 2020. That's not bad. I mean, you can grab a couple copies for that amount in a 9.8. Absolutely. You can grab one, put it away, tuck it away in your collection. You can take the other one, put it back on the market, make a little profit for it. You could probably double your money with that. Not bad at all. Fair market value has this book resting at $39.99 for the CGC 9.8, which is the most common grade. Star Wars, issue number 6. Don't sleep, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the move. All right, we're down to number 2. Coming in at number 2, Silver Age Goodness. This book was published by Marvel. The title of this book, shout out to my boy too, pop culture philosopher, Rockin' Robbie Billups, big Fantastic Four fan. Salute to you, Station. I love that guy, man. Listen, Fantastic Four, issue number 58. And the key factor to this book is Dr. Doom defeats the Fantastic Four. Robbie, I know you got that book in your collection. I know you got this book in your collection, bro. This book was released on January 1st, 1967. Last recorded sale for a raw copy of this book was on February 28, 2022. It sold for $50. It sold for $50. This book is currently trending up, ladies and gentlemen. And look at these numbers. This book is currently trending upward at 326.22%. Talk about spiking. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And trust me, and now that Marvel has opened up the doorways and the portals for anything that's possible, we don't know when we're going to see Fantastic Four, but we know we're going to see them. Marvel's first family is definitely on the way. So we not sleeping. The community's not sleeping. 326% increase. Yo, Fantastic Four is definitely on the menu, baby. Fantastic Four is definitely on the menu. The average sale for a graded 9.0 in this book is $264, while the average sale for a raw copy of this book is roughly about $83 to $85. $83.56 to about $85. There has been 69 graded copies that sold so far and 529 raw copies that have sold, giving us a total of 598 copies of this book that has been moving on the secondary market over the past month or so. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, watch this. Numbers don't lie. The highest known sell. This book, Fantastic Four, issue number 58, the highest known sell for this book is, in a 9.8, is $3,346. And that was back in November 19th, 2015, right? So if it went for $3,346 then, what do you think it's going for right now? Right? And considering what may be about to happen, the 9.8 in this book, listen, if you have it in a 9.8, congratulations, man. Congratulations. If you have this book in a 9.8, congratulations. Because one thing I know for certain is yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices, baby. It's all good. And Robbie, I know you got this book in your collection, so you sitting real pretty right now. Yo, fair market value has this book resting at at $264 for the 9.0, which is the most common grade in this book. So the most common grade in this book is a 9.0, and it's going for, and that 9.0 goes for roughly about $264. Yep. Fantastic Four, issue number 58. First time Dr. Doom defeats the Fantastic Four. Man, talk about classic, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to that moment. We have come to that moment. Number 1 on the list. This is a Marvel book. And with everything that's going on in the Marvel universe, Doctor Strange, we talk about a lot of things. Like everybody's anticipating when the Avengers come back, who will be playing? Will we be seeing Riri Williams? Who will we be seeing? But a lot of people seem to feel like this book is very important right now. And I'm talking about, it was published by Marvel. And the book that I'm talking about is Tales of Suspense, issue number 39. And it is the first appearance of Iron Man. This book was released on December 10th, 1962. The last recorded sale in a raw copy of this book was on March 1st, 2022, where that book sold for $11,750, comic book community. This book is currently trending upward at 8,716%. 8,716% increase in copies sold. The average sale for a graded CGC 3.5 is $10,900. The average sale for a raw copy of this book is $6,413. 417 graded copies have sold. 77 raw copies have sold, giving us a total of 494 copies of this book that have sold over the last few months. The highest known sale for CGC 9.6, excuse me, that sold back in September 14th, 2017. September 14th, 2017, a CGC 9.6 sold for $276,000. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I only wish. I only wish, man. I only wish. Fair market value has this book resting at $10,900 for the most common grade of the 3.5, which is the MCG. Man, that made my heart hurt. 3.5. 10 stacks, man. Holy Joe. That's insane. 3.5. Gonna cost you 10 stacks, baby. Almost 11. Might as well throw the extra $100 in there. Call it a day. Call it a tip. Right? Tales of Suspense, ladies and gentlemen. Issue number 39. Number 1 on the list. All right? There you have it. So, before we go, I want to share with you guys what I picked up for New Comic Book Day last week. I'm going to do this really, really quick, and then I'll let you guys go, all right? So let me just make a little room over here. Grab a little sippy sip. Grab the first stack. All right. They're not in any particular order, so I'm going to show them to you. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I don't take any of this for granted, and I don't take any of your subscriptions lightly. Thank you very much. Thank you for helping me grow the channel. All right? So let's jump in. Here we go. The first book I want to show you guys is Avengers, issue number 3, Avengers Forever. I think there was the first appearance in here. I think that, yeah, the first female Moon Knight. Yep, first female Moon Knight. Avengers Forever. Grabbed a few copies of that. Add to the collection. And this was a pretty massive haul for me. Here's that cover B. Yep, pretty big haul for me. Next up, from DC Black Label, we got James Tiny and the Fourth, Nice House on the Lake. Happy to have this back. There's another copy. And then I grabbed a copy of cover B. Next, from Marvel, we have Strange, issue number 1. We have that J. Scott Campbell. Just a beautiful cover. First Harvest Man in here. Grabbed a few copies of that. Yep, grabbed a few copies. Next up from Marvel, I grabbed Alien, issue number 10. And this is the new Xenomorph. first cover appearance of the new Xenomorph, and there's a first appearance on the inside. That thing is serious too. Look at that. Always loved Alien. Always a big fan. Alien vs. Predator was my favorite. Grabbed another copy of it, you know, for spits and giggles. Next up from Marvel, I got Venom issue number 4, the second print, the wraparound cover. Got another copy. Next up, and I know they like super printed. These are like major printed, but I still grabbed it because it's my guy. What If Miles Morales Became Captain America, issue number 1. So I grabbed that Stealth Freeze cover. Yep. I grabbed that Ivan cover. Ivan Coelho. That was nice. I like that. And I don't know who's doing the artwork on this one, but it was nice too, so I grabbed it. Very nice. Next up from Marvel, I grabbed that final issue of Star Wars: The High Republic. Definitely had to have that in your collection. Grabbed a couple copies of that. One to read, one to put away. Next up from Marvel, I grabbed Strange Academy issue number 15. First cover appearance of Gaslight. Or is it? No, it's Gas Lamp. First cover appearance of Gas Lamp. And this is the second print. I like that. Ah, it's kind of matching with my shirt. We're matching. Grabbed a couple copies of that also. Next up, from Star Wars: The High Republic, Eye of the Storm, issue number 2. And I believe they were saying like this is the first appearance of the Leveler. I guess it's some type of equipment or you know, planet killer. The Leveler, some type of weapon. Grabbed a couple copies of that. Next up, from Marvel, I grabbed Black Panther issue number 4, and this is the Alex Ross cover. Yep, happy to have my hands on that. Also, I pre-ordered the Larocco cover. Actually, I pre-ordered the whole set, so that's why I only grabbed one, because I already pre-ordered them. They'll be coming in the mail. I'll show those to you when they get here, but definitely happy to have that. But I'm also interested in this Alex Ross cover because it's just such a beautiful cover. Such a beautiful cover. And I'm happy they brought the Black Panther back and put some respect in the story, a story that people don't mind reading, you know what I mean? A story that people could actually look forward to reading versus, you know, just doing anything and try to put a price point on it, you know, and tanking the book and the character. But so shout out to Marvel for reviving Black Panther. It's a good thing. All right. Next up, I grabbed this beautiful piece of artwork right here, which is Hell Sonja, issue number 1, the Lucio Perillo, and this is the Ultraviolet joint, man. Look at that, man. Ain't she sexy? She pretty. She pretty. I like those ultraviolet colors. Definitely. All right. So I'm gonna move these over here for us. Grab the second stack. Oh yeah, there's a second stack, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, because I've been pretty busy. I've been out grabbing books. I had to grab my books. Still continuing to grow the collection. All right, coming from Marvel, I grabbed The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 91. What lies behind door number 2? Yes, sir. Next up, coming from DC, I grabbed Batman Killing Time, issue number 1. And this is that Kale New variant. I can't wait to get some more My Lights, man. This book will look stunning in a My Light. Kale New, ladies and gentlemen, NGU. Does magnificent artwork. Oh, and speaking of Batman, listen. I went out and saw Batman today. I'm not finna spoil it for nobody. All I'm saying is, man, go see Batman. That joint was off the chain, man. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was great. It was great. And I'm going to see it again. I'm going to see it again, man. I loved it. Go watch Batman. Fire. Fire! All right. Marvel. Issue number 20 of Star Wars Darth Vader. And I grabbed the Beskar variant. Yep, the silver border, the Beskar edition. I grabbed She-Hulk issue number 2, Jim Bartel. Beautiful. Yo. Is it me or is She-Hulk sexy than a mug, yo? I'm telling you, I think I got some Captain Kirk in my blood. Yo, She-Hulk look like. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Don't mind me. It's late. It's late. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Stormbreaker variant of Daredevil issue number 3, Woman Without Fear. And she's a beauty. Also, I would love to have this. I got to put this in a My Light also, man. That would just make this artwork pop so much. Beautiful. Another Stormbreaker variant. This is X-Men issue number 9. Very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out to the homie Dave. Put me up on game. Beautiful. Next up, Dark Ages issue number 5. And this is the Carnage Venom symbiote cover. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Miles is wrapped up in the Carnage and the Venom symbiote. Some type of hybrid symbiote, so be on the lookout. Next up from Marvel, The Death of Doctor Strange, Bloodstone. This is issue number 1, second print. All right. So that did it for my new comic book day releases. And I'll show you the back issues that I picked up that I'll be adding to my collection. Excuse me. The first one I grabbed is Secret Wars Spider-Verse issue number 1. I grabbed these. I got them at half off, so can't pass up a deal. I grabbed Spider-Man 2 issue number 1, the 1 in 25. I know this one is doing phenomenal on the secondary market. Also got this for half price. I got all these for half price, so it's all good. I grabbed Shuri issue number 10. Yep, I will keep collecting Shuri also. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got a couple copies of that. For sure. Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 8. Yep, Continue building my Miles collection. And then I grabbed a few copies of the Uncanny X-Men issue number 2, and this is the Jean Grey toy variant cover. I got these for 99 cents. So I definitely wasn't letting these stay on the shelf. One. I got one of Emma Frost. Another Jean Grey. And another Jean Grey. Got those for 99 cents. They're all in excellent condition. All right. The next book I want to show you is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 789, The Headshot. Yes, big Spider-Man fan. Still working on my Spidey collection. Yep. Peter Parker Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man. Working on both of them. Absolutely. And I'm happy to add this to the collection. Last but definitely not least, I have The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 42, that Jesco cover. And that is so nice, man. Loving the yellows and the orange. Loving the yellows and the orange in this. Beautiful. Simply marvelous. Love it. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the comic books that I picked up on New Comic Book Day. I have given you your list. Please go out there, have fun, but most importantly, be careful. Don't make any hasty decisions. Do not jump out of the airplane without a parachute. Check for pricing, negotiate, bargain, but have fun. Take your time, ladies and gentlemen. These comics ain't going nowhere, all right? And if they do, they're just changing hands from me to you or from you to somebody else. They'll find their way back around. It's the comic book community. We ain't going nowhere. Take your time, all right? Listen, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for stopping by and checking out the channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time to subscribe. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. Every time I do a video, you guys will be the first ones to know. All right? I got to get out of here, get back to writing these papers. Whew, tomorrow's going to be a long day. But listen, I love you guys. Much respect. Thank you very much. You know what I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, always, and I do mean always, wait for it. I'm just playing. Keep it comics. Peace.